Okay, Garon, as president of Bermuda Sunshell, you guys had quite a bit of success in Barbados. But can you just break down how things for you went and your team?
From where I stand, it was a very successful tourney for us. I've been down here for the last 3 years, really trying to help push the sport of Sanda here in Barbados. And I take my hat off to the Barbados Wushu Tai Chi Federation for putting on this event and allowing the people here to see Sanda at its highest level. Obviously, very pleased with our athletes. We had a very strong team. We had on the female side Krista Bear and Shaquita Simmons, and then we had Kiana Wilson, Ray Alburn, and of course Sentwali Woolridge, who headlined the event. We won all of our fights except one. The only fight we lost was Krista Bear against Sarah Bucksack. She actually comes out of the same gym that Sentwali's opponent, Zach George, came out of. Probably one of the best fights I've ever seen Krista fight against a very technical opponent. So, I think although she didn't get to be in, she came out with confidence, and it should be great in her build-up to World Championships later this year. Shaquita Simmons, who we really wanted to see fight last year in Pan Am's, unfortunately she wasn't able to get a fight. This time around she was able to get two fights, and I think she surprised all of us a bit. She won her first fight against Canadian, Dania Blanco, straight 2-0. She landed some excellent techniques off the chest protector, and we were really pleased with her. There was another fighter, Tina Wu, who was supposed to fight Talia Aris. Unfortunately, Talia was injured a few weeks back, so we gave the opportunity for Shaquita to fight twice. So she fought Tina Wu, and she also beat Tina Wu as well, 2-0. Keanu Wilson was in a 5-man division. Was the most competitive division in 75 kilograms. So 3 athletes had a bye in the first round. He was one of those athletes that did not have a bye, and he actually fought Shaquem Moscow and actually knocked him out in the very first round. Our approach with him was to try to get him through the rounds as easy as possible, because 3 fights in one day is very taxing on the body. His second fight was against Leighton Watts, who's a Taekwondo fighter, very fast kicks. He got caught with a few kicks starting off, but once he got settled and his boxing techniques came together, he just had too much power for his opponent, and he finished his opponent 2-0, pushing his opponent off the platform. Keanu's last match, the final against Lamar Tao, probably one of the higher-ranking fighters here in Barbados. Lamar fought with us in Mexico, and he also fought in the Pan American Championships last year. That was a very competitive fight. It actually went 3 rounds. The first round was a split. It was a draw, and Keanu went on to win rounds 2 and 3 for the victory. Real Bowen, it was a bit of a disappointing fight for us in that Real has been out of action for a while and really wanted him to get some ring time in. Real came out super strong. I mean, his punches were just devastating. He gave his opponent a body shot and then drove him down to the mat, and Real's shoulder ended up, driving his opponent, ran into his opponent's mouth, and his opponent was just not able to continue. It only lasted about 30 seconds. He looked fantastic in the time that he was out there. But honestly, would have liked, especially it being a World Championships year, would have just liked to have seen him get a little bit more ring time. But nevertheless, we were pleased with the condition he came in, and he looked fantastic. The main event, Sentwali against Zach George, it lived up to a main event. My concern was because sometimes 2 out of 3, maybe the fight going 2 rounds and then finishing, but the fight went 3 rounds. The first round was a draw. 2 judges gave it to Sentwali. 2 judges gave it to Zach George, and another judge called it split, and the head judge also called it a split. So it was definitely going to go into 3 rounds. And Sentwali just executed very well. He was very disciplined in the training camp. He kept his guard very tight. That was something that I emphasized over and over, because Zach George is a very technical fighter, In fact, he's fighting China next month. And personally, I feel, I've known Zach for years. I fought him back in 2006. He was my very first international Sunday opponent, and I personally feel that he looked past Sentwali a bit. I know that he has this fight against China, and I see all his posts on Facebook, and he's been saying a lot about China. I don't think he really had Sentwali at the forefront of his thoughts. And I can see that Sentwali was just a better prepared athlete this time around, but it was an accident fight. Lots of spinning back fists, lots of spinning back kicks that were landed, and it just showed the crowd that their caliber of skill, their level of skill was an exciting match, and from a cornerman's perspective as a coach, is probably one of the funnest matches that I've had the privilege of coaching. But it was an excellent turnout. Bermuda athletes from the way we presented ourselves, the gear, we all made weight first time, and we were very instrumental in the planning of the event as well. Right from the the drawing lots, getting the matches, we hosted the technical meetings, right down to the medal presentation. So we're very pleased, and we're definitely looking forward to having an event here in Bermuda soon, especially since we have our brand new competition, Laitai, that we've had for a few weeks now. So we're looking for some big things in the sport.
Morning, Mr. Davis.
Sentwali, how you doing? Obviously, you must be really excited with your overall performance and picking up the win. As you go out, you're facing a former number 3 in the world. What is your approach to your fight, and how did you overcome any challenges you would have found, especially in the first round?
Well, my approach was to basically, like I said before, just be cautious about implementing my strikes, and just keep my guard tight. Like my coach was basically Garon Wilkinson was telling me just, he was emphasizing just keep your guard tight. So I was like, okay, now if it's saying this like that much, then I have to keep my guard like really tight. So after that, I was just I always try to be aggressive in your fight. Just try to just land points. So once I did that, the guard tight and just pushed on, like it just all came out, for the win.
Watching a bit of it, he seemed to catch you early in the fight with a kick, but you seemed to shake that off right away by coming back. Was that the strategy to once he attacked you for you to counterattack?
Well, yeah. Once he did rock me a couple of times. It wasn't just like that one kick, but I did get a little shaky in that part of the fight. But yeah, that's one thing that I try to do. Like as soon as I get rocked, shake it off and just come back aggressive, just to show him that like I'm not hurt, and just push through. So it's like it's more like a mental thing too. You have to show him that like that didn't hurt you. So that's just one of the things that I try to push forward too.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations. I'll see you guys. I'll see you.